Yon.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off on number one. Does hip hop music still have social value? Honestly, I think not. I think that hip hop music will always have social value as long as we have like artists who people are interested in, and like everyone's like always like talking about their songs and things, and people can like relate to like different artists, like their songs, and like if they like all listen to the same artist, like everyone like it can like bring people together, like music can always bring people together. And I want to talk about how it can like different issues that we have like socially that's going on with right now, like things like colorism and stuff. Like for example, I think was it last year? With Spice? Was that last year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this what's she on?
Love and
Hip Hop.
Hip Hop Atlanta.
This girl named Spice from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She's Jamaican, and in Jamaica there's a lot of things going on with skin bleaching and things like that. And she's dark skinned. And so basically she did a like social experiment kind of where she went, I don't know how long, but it was a while, where her skin, she like basically made people think that she bleached her skin, like her whole entire like complexion changed, like everything. Like you couldn't tell that it was fake. And then in the end, it was all to make a statement, and in the end she ended up making a song about it. And I think that speaks to how people can use social issues to explain it in their music if they have the platform and can make a difference.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the second question, the similarity between poor people around the globe. Okay, so I feel like they all can relate to each other because not that they're basically going through the same things, like they're like living on the streets or they're like hopping place to place, and I feel like a lot of them would like listen to the same music that have to do with like the same meaning, because I feel like you listen to music because you have like a connection to it. So I feel like poor people, yeah, so like poor people, they can just relate to each other because they're going through similar things.
I was kind of gonna go off of what Carol said, because in the article, on one of the parts it says like I was feeling very much like them because like they were from Algeria or Morocco or Tanzania or Africans. That's what it says. And so like this is kind of like question two, because all these people were from like different places, but then like they all had the same conditions and like same backstories, I guess you could say, and like they were all together and like they were all friends, and like that's probably why they got along, was because of their similarities and stuff like that. And then I was gonna talk about question one too, because like kind of like what Carol and Kayla said, where it was like hip hop does still have social value because like there's a reason why it's so popular. I mean, like people like it, and like I feel like it's more popular because more people like they'll relate to it, and yeah, that's just like it does have social value.
Okay, going on question 3, how can music be used to make social progress amongst opposed people? Oppressed. I think that she wrote her songs and sang and did the things that she did in her music videos to show that we are still together, because it says here that she stated that, I mean, more than that is like this concept about to keep it real, it has been so manipulated by the system, and it's basically showing how the system is corrupted and how we're kind of not one anymore. We're kind of just sectioned off as unlabeled.
Okay, so like with the keep it real thing, like that is so true. Like now that it's so popular to like be poor and then make it, like a lot of people are like trying to lie, like they're from like the ghetto, and and like it's like not like it's supposed to be like a good thing, but like I think they do it maybe to connect with more people because like more like the people that's in like poverty, like they are always trying to find ways to be like inspired, so like they feel like they have a chance too. So like if this person got out of the hood, then I can too. But like it's like right, but like they're not even in the hood for real. So now it's like fake. So like it's like where can they be inspired by?
Also going for question 3, how can music be used to make social progress amongst oppressed people? Miss Tijo, that's her name?
Yeah.
She said, I think there's nothing better for the system, like what Zoe said. I think there's nothing better for the system to separate each other. So it's almost like the world is a ghetto. So the codes that you can see in a ghetto in LA or New York or in Paris or in Russia or in Chile or Tanzania are most of the time the same. It's about your block, your people, and the other stuff is about to fill this feeling of the land that is very capitalist also. So I think that's really just talking about just how and no matter where you are, there's always going to be a struggle for people, and they can all even though it's not the same place, they're still going through the same thing. And if an artist decides to talk about the struggle in one of their songs, more people in different places of the world can relate, because if they're all going through the same thing, then they all need someone to like tell their story.
Keegan, what question were you gonna do?
Oh, I'm just gonna
Okay, I'll go.
also I think that
Okay.
kind of relating to that is that when like most poor people kind of have the same issues. We kind of touched on this earlier. So like most of the like social issues and like tangible issues as well, like obviously like food and clothes and shelter and stuff, but also social issues, because there's not that much like representation of poor people like anywhere, you know, in like TV shows and stuff. So I feel like through that you can relate, but also if you are like poor and you live in a more isolated area, then it'd be difficult to like feel like you have hope to get out of your situation, you know?
Okay, so going off of what both Keegan and Caitlin said, and then going back to question 1, does hip hop still have social value? It states later in the passage about her connecting with an artist from Detroit, and how she was so inspired by her and what she does, and she reached out to her, and they connected, and showing that they can still connect even though they're from 2 different races or 2 different
even continents.
yeah.
Yeah.
And showing that society is still pieced together in some ways and not just broken by the system.
To go to the oppressed people, so obviously there's like different values of oppressed. There's like oppressed, and then there's like hecka oppressed. And so like in the society today, when people think of like hip hop, they think of like all these like rap songs where it's like talking, or like normally these male rappers talking about what they're going to do to women and what they're like doing and everything like that. And so and it was like, how can it use to make social progress against oppressed people? It was like, once these songs come out, other things also happen in charge of that too. Maybe speak up against that and everything. So music can affect other things, so maybe not a song is helping them, but a song is helping them band together.
This statement is just gonna kind of bounce around with each question with what Grace said.
The thing, so like the first sentence in like the article, hip hop artistry knows no borders. It says the first sentence is, we always say that music is a global language, and I mean, I would like to like passionately agree with that, because music doesn't even need like words in order to communicate. Like rhythms can tell its own story, and therefore it like combines people, because that's what Miss Tiju said when she like went to France, because she was, I don't want to say deported, but almost forced to go there because of the government. But she met people from different countries, but they all had the same type of interest in music, which was able for them to I guess you could say combined and just talk about like common interests, even though they were probably like they were coming from different cultures, different like lifestyles, different everything. It just doesn't matter, because like music was just the one thing that they had to like figure out what to do, and then because of that she was able to like build her career of them. But and it just, I mean, yeah, music is just something that connects people no matter like who you are, even just without like hip hop in general, like any type of music, just someone's gonna like understand it, even if it's not in your foreign language.
So what Stella just said about how Miss Tiju, she how whenever she moved to France and it helped her to be more knowledgeable about more like different cultures, and how their common interest in the same type of music brought them together. Just like as evidence for that, and what she said talking about one of her friends. Her friend was born in France, like her. Her parents were from the Congo, so also I'd like to go to her house and have all this African tradition, and she used to stay a lot at my house, and with all the tradition, and I made that song that it's talking really about the friendship and about the distance and about crazy, the way that we have been pushing away and that we are so close at the same time. So that's just to say that how since they're both like born in France, but they're from two different cultures, how that just like brought them together, and through her music, she expressed how even though they were two different ethnicities, they were able to still come together, and even like through music. And
through many songs today that aren't hip hop, it's about like, oh no, my boyfriend broke up with me, oh my god, I really like these shoes, or like, this day was really good, so let me write a song about it. But normally like hip hop songs, they tell a story, because they're like passionate about it, so they tell a story about it. And so in this quote here says, I just came to show another face of what is happening, and I feel a lot of very similar faces here and very similar sensibility and humanity. And like she's like telling us, like she's saying, oh, yo dog, I'm just coming up here to tell my story about what's happening, and I think that we should all listen to it, because it's a really big story on what's happening. So hip hop, then that was for like, does hip hop still have social value? Because it can help people really open their eyes to what's happening in this world today, if they don't know. Because they're hidden behind like the eyes of themselves, and they don't really know what else is happening in there.
Going back like to what I first said about things like in social media and like things like different issues, she said, Martin, that